Hey everybody, welcome back. We are going to film my November 2025 kit and foil lineup. So let's just jump into it with my monthly kit. So I'm not going to be using a Thanksgiving kit during the week of Thanksgiving, just because of some other things that are going on that's similar to last year. So I am going to use a monthly kit and like a dashboard postcard that theme with Thanksgiving. I noticed there wasn't really any new Thanksgiving art, or at least not from the people who I follow, which is fine. I'm still in future years probably going to look for a Thanksgiving kit. But also I feel like you can just use like any fall kit for Thanksgiving as well. I love Thanksgiving, not the mythology around it, but the food is like one of my favorite meals of the year. And I love fall and cornucopias and all that type of stuff. So that part of Thanksgiving I'm here for. I understand that a lot of people end up using Christmas kits during Thanksgiving week, which is fine. That's usually when I decorate for Christmas anyway, because I like to keep, I call it Novemberween, where we leave up our Halloween stuff in November. Like I am not decorating for Christmas right now. I just don't have the energy for it. If you are, totally fine. It's just not my thing. We love the fall season here, so we try to stretch it out for as long as possible. And also it's still like 80 degrees outside. It got warm again right around Halloween. So in California, I like to keep the Christmas decorations up in like December and January when it's cold. And then autumn and Halloween and Thanksgiving is like September, October, November, and basically the November decorations are just Halloween decorations. So yeah, don't have any specific Thanksgiving decorations for the house. But anyway, you didn't need to know all of that, but now you do. So it's going to be kind of weird, like 2 years in a row I haven't used a Thanksgiving kit for the weekly pages, but that's okay, I think. I don't really know of any Thanksgiving kits that I haven't used that I want to use anyway. There's one, I think it was Clip Art Kids art, where there's like cats or like a cat and a dog, but I don't love the color scheme of that one. But anyway, we can worry about that next year. This year, for my monthly kit, I'm using one from Planner Pixie Co. I have the two sidebar options. I usually end up going with the decorative sidebar, though. Help me out here with other shops that are making monthly kits, because I've noticed Planner Pixie Co. doesn't really release any new ones anymore. And so I've kind of run out of options that I like from her. I've used Bella Planella, but that comes with the added difficulty of she's in the UK and I can order from her, but it takes a long time to get here, which I can deal with. But like I need one for January and like I don't currently have one, and I feel like I need to figure that out very soon. And then who else have I ordered monthly kits from? Tanya, but Itty Bitty Sticker Co. is currently closed, I think. Who else? I can't remember. Who else do I order monthly kits from? I might have to check out Caress Press. I know she has a lot of different options, and she seems to release them more routinely. I really like monthly kits. I know not everybody uses them, but I really enjoy using them at the beginning of the month. So anyway, here is the top bar and your square boxes for this kit. Here is the other top bar. I love this scene of all the food and a bunch of labels. And then your full boxes and little things. And I love the colors in this kit. So this is the type of Thanksgiving kit that I'm into. I like a good table spread. I like a good fall vibe. So I'll be using that for my monthly pages. And then for decorating my plain dashboard, because I use the Sadie Stickers planner, that's very plain, I have this old postcard from, I think this is from Scribble Prints Co. And so I'll put that on the dashboard along with my little cat of the month, and that's how I'll fill out that space. So that's going to be my monthly pages. And then the first week of November runs from technically November 3rd to the 9th. I'm going to show you a kit that I considered using for that week. But I think I'm going to do some weird stuff with having a few 8-day weeks and a few 6-day weeks at the end of October, beginning of November. So I might use this, or I might save this for like the springtime or whatever, because it's kind of an anytime kit. Although the colors do lean very fall. And in fact, I do think I used this art last fall. So I've already filmed the week of October 13th. I just haven't done the voiceover and edited and published it yet. I ended up doing a 6-day week because I wanted to use Cultura by Cafe with Anna for the end of Latinx Heritage Month. But then I also, at the end of that week, that Sunday, we went to a pumpkin patch and I wanted to use my pumpkin patch corn maze kit fall festival. So I turned the next week into an 8-day week. I haven't laid that one down yet, but that'll run for 8 days. And then the week of Halloween is wicked cute. And That's the name of the kit. So I'm going to do that from Monday, October 27th to Saturday, October 1st. And then I have ordered Remembrance from Bunny Bear Plans, which is one of her many Dia de los Muertos kits, because I want to commemorate Dia de los Muertos. So that'll be an 8-day week. So we're going 6 days, 8 days, 6 days, 8 days, if I can figure it out. I don't have that kit just yet because I ordered it like 2 weeks ago, and I think the shipping label's been created for it, so I might get it in the next week or two. I still have a few weeks to catch up on before that week though, so probably I'll get it before I have to film that week. We'll see. I would like to use that kit this year because I've ordered that one, as well as the same art from Cafe with Anna. And I could just use it the next like 2 years, because I think next year, so 2026 and in 2027, Dia de los Muertos is a different, like the November 1st, November 2nd situation. I've learned since then, apparently it's a whole week of commemorations, but they will be a separate week than Halloween. So I can use a Halloween kit and then a Dia de los Muertos kit as well. If you're new here, my husband is Mexican American, so we do celebrate it to some extent. I kind of leave that up to him to what extent we celebrate it, or commemorate it, I should say. But I do want to get more in a routine of using kits for it, especially because the art that Nella from Clip Art Kits did for it this year was stunning, and I can finally put pozole in my planner, which is very exciting, and tamales and pan dulce and all of that. So anyway, I'll show you what I originally intended for this week, but then once that art came out, I'm like, oh, I really want to use it this year because I want to get in the routine of using it. And there have been Dia de los Muertos kits in the past. They just didn't get as much attention, or like weren't as picked up by as many shops. So, but we're going to get more in the routine of that. Wow, I'm real chatty right now. So for the week of November 3rd through the 9th, if I don't like redate the whole planner and do my 6-day, 8-day week situation, I'm going to use leftovers from Fellowship by Cinderella Paper. I used this last year when we went to New Zealand because duh, and we went to Hobbiton and Weta Workshop and all of that. So I still have quite a bunch of stuff left over because I bought a mini kit, like full box page, back when Cinderella Paper was doing like these teeny tiny 2-page kits. Because I wanted more full boxes, and then I also had an ultimate kit, so like I have like all of this because these patterns didn't work with color blocking. So we're not going to color block this time, obviously, because I think it would be impossible with the leftovers that I have, but I do like this as like a fall kit. I don't have any, oh, I just realized, no wait, I do have washi, duh, that was the green strip I just showed you. So yeah, I think I am leaning towards using the Dia de los Muertos art, but if not, if that like doesn't show up and I get to this week and I just want to film it and be done with it because nothing exciting is really going to happen this week, I don't think, then I'll just use this, or I'll just save it for another time. And I do have some gold foiled icons, Lord of the Rings icons from Planet Hannah to go along with that. So that's the first full week of November, along with a very long story time. Next, I think then we'll get back on track with just normal 7-day weeks. So this will be November 10th through the 16th. We really don't have a lot of plans for November, which I think will be good because there's a couple of things I would like to fit in, just kind of chill activities. So I'm glad to not have a ton of things on the calendar other than we're going to be here for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. I want us to take that time off together, and then we'll spend it with my family because they're here. So no travel this year for Thanksgiving, which is probably a good change because the last several years have been pretty chaotic. So for that week, I'm going to pair together a bunch of different leftovers, just things that I want to use and get out of my collection. This is the one time I'm going to talk about this whole situation. I have a fall freebie and kind of like a dark purple burgundy situation from a shop that I'm no longer going to be shopping with. It's really unfortunate. I'll just say that. I supported this shop for several years, always got great products, always got them within the shipping window, all of that type of thing. I thought Alicia Craft had great foil, and like she's part of my wedding spread. Like I used a bunch of her wedding foil. I've used kits from her, all of that, and If you're not aware of what happened, I'm only putting this out here because like I don't want other people to end up in this situation. I was not affected by this, but a lot of people were, and I don't think it's right what went down. And she posted about it as well with an explanation. But anyway, bunch of people ordered kits, or I think just kids. I don't think she was selling foil at that point, and never really got them. Like it was months and months later, and people were like, what is going on? And then she posted on Instagram saying, I'm really sorry. I spent the money already, I guess, and didn't spend it on materials to make the kits and ship them out. And I don't think that's right. I've never run a business, but I think if you're generating revenue from the business, your first priority should be putting that money into the products that people bought from your business. So that's all I'll say about that. That is why I'm no longer supporting this shop. If you see me use things from this shop, it's not promoting, it's just using up stuff that I have. It's really unfortunate because I really believed in what she was doing and the products that she was selling, but that's not something that's going to be easy to come back from, in my opinion. And I'm just disappointed because she was doing good work, and I don't think she handled that whole situation. And I don't know what happened, obviously, but at the same time, it's like we're all dealing with stuff, right? Like you gotta do right by people who are giving you money for a product, I think. So hopefully that made sense. I mean that with all of the best intentions. I'm not trying to like ruin anybody, but also I just want people to be aware that that happened to some people, and I'm just disappointed. That's all I'm gonna say. So getting that out of the way, I am gonna use that freebie because it matches these kits. I have some full box freebies. This is Warm by the Fire from Liner Designs. I believe she still is selling this one. She's back open at this point for both printables and what do you call it? Physical kits. I think, no, this was not exclusive. I think other shops picked this one up, but I love this art. I love the colors of this. The last time I used this though was the week that Clover went to the vet and got diagnosed with FIP though, so that was a scary week, but we are out of the woods with that at this point. So I have a lot left on this page. That looks great. So I have a couple full boxes here. I might use this full box to fill in. I've also pulled in, I feel like I've shown these leftovers before, so sorry if you're saying this for the millionth time. I feel like this full box matches. This is leftovers from like a camping kit. I think that the full box might be the only thing I use from this because that's the only thing that really matches. And then I have really old leftovers here. So I might use this one as well because this has the orange and the purple. And this won't be Halloween at this point, but it's still fall, so yeah, I don't know. It'll be kind of like a Franken planning type of week. Let me know what you think about that. But that will be for the week of November 10th through the 16th. Oh, and then I don't have any bottom washi left from any of these kits. So I think I'll either pull in my Scotch Fall Leaves washi, which this is dwindling down. I've had this forever, but it still works, I think. So we'll probably pull that in. Let's see if this is still sticky. Sorry if my nails look kind of gross. We made tikka masala pizza yesterday, and turmeric definitely stains your fingernails. So yeah, so this washi seems like it'll work. I might also pull in this coffee washi that my brother got me from Japan, but I might pull that in. I feel like this one will work better with this kit, and then the other washi will work better with another kit that I'm going to show you. Alrighty, and then the next week is November 17th through the 23rd. I'm going to use leftovers from a Cinderella paper kit called Tin Turn. The last time I used this was definitely in the winter time. I was taking Clover to Colorado, and this just felt like the vibes. If you don't know what I mean by saying I took Clover to Colorado, that's about 5 different story times. Anyway, so I like this as a winter kit in California and also in Colorado where we were at the time. But I'm excited to use it as an actual fall kit. feel like I don't get a lot of space for fall kits for some reason. I think there's just always a lot of things going on in September and October, and then last year in November, like I don't think I used a single fall kit in November last year because we were in other countries last year that were either not experiencing fall or experience fall differently than we do in the continental US. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think I have a good amount left over that I could use from this. I love, love, love the colors in this kit. So there's that. And then this is where I think I'll pull in this coffee washi from Japan that my brother brought home for me. So that'll be it. Again, I don't know what's going on that week, so that's the idea, but we'll see. And then finally we have the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm not using a Thanksgiving kit again. This is weird, but that's because this is the week of November 24th through the 30th. Oh, so we'll end the month on the 30th, and then the Monday will be the 1st. Ooh, I love it. Okay. Sorry. So, on the night before Thanksgiving, they're releasing the first 4 episodes of the last season of Stranger Things. I am not I don't know, I'm not a diehard Stranger Things fan. Like, there's definitely a lot of things in Stranger Things that I don't love, but overall, I love this series, and I'm excited to get the last season. So, this is art that I have not had the chance to use. This is several years old. Kitnish just did this. I think it's mostly like seasons 1 through 3 themed, because like, yeah, this is like definitely like season 1. This is season 3. Season 2 is kind of represented on this page. So several years ago, what it would have been like 2022, I used a Simply a Mess Stranger Things themed kit that was like season 4 themed. I forget who did that art. I think it was Dinda from Dinda's Palettes at the time, Milk and Berries, but I don't actually know. If you know, let me know. That art definitely went out of circulation, so I used it like a couple of times between 2022 and 2023 because it was season 4 themed. But I'm finally getting back to using this. I have also ordered the Stranger Christmas kit from Cafe with Anna, which is like kind of wrapping up the series. It's not like themed with any particular season, but it's definitely like with the vibe of like all of the last episodes getting released on the night before Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. So I'll use that one either Christmas week or New Year's week. I have not decided yet. I'll hold it in my hands and ask it when it wants to be used. But this is the kit I had. I picked this up a while ago because I knew I wanted to use this when the last season came out. So I'll use this for Thanksgiving week. Justice for Barb. I am the Barb friend. Like, I am that type of person. Like, I will tell you, hey, that's not a good idea, and then you'll be fine, and something will happen to me instead. I'm just being honest. So yeah, I love the colors of this kit. That leans into like the 80s, 90s, like bowling alley carpet vibe. Very bright and fun. My faves right here. My least fave right here. Hate him. Anyway, I'm such a sidekick character type of person. Like I'm never rooting for like the main characters in any show. It's always like the sidekicks or the friends or whoever, the random characters we meet along the way. This guy, I don't know, he's not a guy. Whatever is going on there. So yeah, that's the kit. I love the patterns in this. They're so fun. And then I have a little bit of foil. I have one overlay left over from Planet Hannah. This is the Stranger sheet in Sparkly Red. I thought about picking up more foil for this, like Christmas lights or something, but I just didn't have time. And then I have RIP Simply a Mess. The shop owner is alive and well as far as I know, but the shop is no longer. She was who I bought the season 4 Stranger Things art from, because she did like a whole full box sheet with like every single like character that was a main character. So that was awesome. So I have these quotes that went along with that still in like a sparkly hollow. So I'll place some of these here as well. So that'll be my Thanksgiving plan. Do not spoil any bits of the episodes that come out the night before Thanksgiving, by the way, because I'm not going to have time to watch all of them that night because my school doesn't get a fall break, which is stupid. So I will be working up until like Wednesday night. So I don't think I'm going to be able to watch all 4 episodes the night they come out. And I'm probably going to be busy with family on Thursday. Like, my sisters aren't Stranger Things fans. My husband is Stranger Things fan. The rest of my family probably isn't. So I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to watch the episodes is my point. So, oh my God, please do not post any spoilers. So that is the plan for Thanksgiving. And then for November 17th, we're going to use Tintern. Got a lot of Cinderella paper going on this month, which is typical for me, although lately not going to be as much. I forget which washi I'm using with this. Oh, the coffee washi, right, because it's brown. We got a whole bunch of random fall leftovers from Leonard Designs and Cinderella paper and all of those, and some really old Scotch washi. And then we have Lord of the Rings art from Cinderella paper, or Lord of the Rings kit from Cinderella paper. But as we discussed, that might get moved to a different time because I might just use the Remembrance kit. Sorry, I was trying to remember what the hell I was talking about. And then for the beginning of the month, we're going to bring in the Thanksgiving vibes with this monthly kit from Planner Pixie Co. So that is everything for now. Let me know what you do in November. I do mostly fall kits in November, except the last year or two are a little weird just because there's been other stuff going on. I know a lot of people do Christmas kits. I don't skip Thanksgiving because, like we established at the beginning of this video, I love Thanksgiving. So why would I skip it? I love pumpkins. I love gourds. I love decorative gourd season, mother effers. That's an old McSweeney's article that makes the rounds every now and then, although I feel like no one reads McSweeney's anymore. Anyhow, I'm being weird. I'm very sorry. Yeah, so this year we got a little bit of fall, a little bit of pop culture. I just realized there's like 2 pop culture kits, but this one might be getting switched out. So let me know what you normally do in November. Do you just ignore Thanksgiving and Christmas altogether because, you know, you just don't want to deal with them? That's fine too. That is valid. But yeah, that's what I got going on. I hope you are doing well, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.